Hey guys, so this is the next video that I have up. I know I promised some beefier stuff, but along the way of doing the main quests, I realized there was a couple of side quests that I still wanted to do. One of which is finishing up the Conrad Werner little story subquest. The second is a mission you pick up on the Citadel featuring a crime lord, I guess you can say, named Helena Blake. If you do it right, you see her in Mass Effect 2, and you'll see things go a little bit differently in here. Not exactly the way I wanted them to, but c'est la vie. And then finally is actually a mission that I think is pretty cool, and actually fits into the time frame of the game that you're supposed to feel. It's a Geth incursion, and I think it's important because you get a sense of the Geth operating on their own, autonomously basically, outside the scope of what saren controls, and so I'll talk about that more later. But I also want to apologize for the shoddy editing. For one, I'm not good at editing, but two, I just had some issues recording some of these parts that just wouldn't split very nicely, so you'll see a lot of fast forwarding through some parts and just a lot of just random spliced scenes. So anyway, without further ado, here's the next video.
I've got an idea, and I wanted to run it by you.
I've got a lot going on right now, but I can spare a moment.
Great! This'll just take a minute. With so many human colonies being attacked, I'm not sure that one Spectre is enough. What if you signed me on as another Spectre?
Why would you want to be a Spectre, Conrad?
Because I wanted to show the Council what humanity can do, just like you. I'd make a great Spectre. I want to be with you, fighting the good fight like you did on Elysium during the Skillian Blitz.
This is what the Blitz felt like, Conrad. You like it?
What? No, please. Please don't hurt me. Why are you doing this?
Because you're not a soldier, Conrad. You can't handle this. Go home.
I thought you were a hero. Heroes don't do things like this. I wish I'd never met you.
And there lies a boy in a man's body. So that's the storyline with Conrad Werner. Yeah, bringing up the Blitz and things like that is not a good way to get on Shepard's good side.
Got a moment? Hello, Spectre. I have a business proposition for you.
How did you know I'm a Spectre?
Word travels. Your name comes up in certain circles. I'm acquainted with a pair of powerful crime bosses. They're hiding on remote worlds, and I have the coordinates. You could do the galaxy a favor.
And what do you get out of this?
We share interests in certain cooperative ventures, but their business practices have forced me to terminate our relationship. Once they are dead, I will manage our organization in a more tasteful manner.
What crimes did these men commit?
They're red sand dealers who make victims of their customers. Those who can no longer pay are sold to Batarians as slaves. They're loathsome, hurting innocent people. They must be ended.
What kind of defenses would these two have?
I haven't the faintest idea, but they're certain to be armed. Their partnership's soured, and each believes that the other intends to kill him. They will be well prepared.
If they're as bad as you say they are, they need to be dealt with.
Excellent. Here are the coordinates. When these men are dead, I will wait for you with the third set of coordinates. Goodbye, Commander. It's been a pleasure to meet you. Hello again, Commander Shepard. I owe you a debt of gratitude. With my former partners dead, this syndicate is now mine. I could not have done it without you.
I killed them because they deserve it. Now I'm placing you under arrest.
Surely you don't think that necessary. Under my leadership, this organization will restrict itself to gambling and smuggling illegal technologies. These crimes are hardly worth your time. If you press the issue, my assistants are very well equipped to deal with you.
So am I, ma'am. If you won't come peacefully, I'll have no choice.
A pity. Neutralize the Spectre!
So for that particular mission, I just wanted to show it off because while it feels like it's policing the world, which it basically is, and I feel Shepard wouldn't be doing given the time constraint you're supposed to be feeling by tracking down Saren, and I do realize over the course of the past few videos we haven't done anything to find him, but aside from that, I mean, he's given a tip on 2 crime lords that are slavers and selling people to Batarian slavery. So for one, I think that's probably a trigger for Nathan here, because we all know he hates the Batarians based on his backstory. But I honestly feel as if Helena Blank was a little naive, thinking that Shepard would just let her go, considering that she told him exactly where she was going to be after he took care of those other 2 guys. So I feel very much that he would have turned her in, and for one, I don't think he expected her to just outright want to murder her or him, but also I feel as if she totally underestimated the skills that not only Nathan has, but I mean a Krogan and an Alliance soldier. So if you play that differently, she turns over a new leaf and becomes good or whatever, and if you just let her go about doing her business, she continues to do that as well. Actually, I think either way, she disbands the organization if you have the appropriate Paragon and Renegade points, but that way ended violently and not in the favor of Helena Blake. So this next part is far more relevant to the story, I feel, and leads very nicely into the next main quest that we'll be doing. So here we go.
Message coming in from the brass at Arcturus. Patching it through.
Normandy? Admiral Hackett here. We're getting reports of a marked increase in Geth activity in the Skyllian Verge. Surveillance drones have identified Geth outposts on 4 different planets in the Armstrong cluster. We need someone to take them out.
We have any idea what they're after?
Hard to say. They may be just gathering intel on us. Or maybe they're setting up staging grounds for hit-and-run attacks on human colonies.
It could be the first wave of an invasion.
Let's hope not. We need someone to investigate this, Shepard. Finding Saren is still your top priority, but you've got experience fighting the Geth. You're the logical choice to take out these outposts. We're transmitting all the locations of known Geth outposts in the Armstrong cluster to the Normandy now. Admiral Hackett out. Take them out.
These outposts left to clear out? This should be fun. That's number 2. Let's hit the next base. Just one outpost left. I'm hoping this slaughtering death like this. I thought one of these outposts would be a major base of operations.
Hold on. This receiver's picking up some kind of transmission. Based on the signal strength, I'd say it's coming from inside this star cluster.
The main Geth base. Use the signal to lock onto its location and go take it out.
Message from Admiral Hackett, Commander. Patching it through.
We just received your report. Looks like this Geth incursion was bigger than we thought. They were probably preparing for a major offensive in the system. We're increasing patrols in the Armstrong cluster to make sure they can't establish another foothold in the region. Nice job, Shepard. You saved a lot of human lives on this mission. Hack it out.
Shepard, I need to talk to you. It's important.
Is something wrong?
You know the data you took from those Geth control nodes? The information you uploaded to Alliance Control? I want a copy of it.
You want to bring this data back to the migrant fleet?
Those files have information that could be vital to our efforts to understand the Geth. It could be the key to helping us reclaim our homeworld.
It'll take years to decipher and analyze the data.
Maybe even decades, but it's worth the time. This information will give us new insight into how the Geth have changed and evolved over the past centuries.
Go ahead, make a copy.
My people, I owe you a great debt, one I can never repay. The only thing I can offer in return is what you already have. My solemn promise to stay with you until Saren and his Geth armies are defeated.
I never wanted anything more.
Thank you, Shepard.
So a couple of things for that particular mission. After you take out the main, the main Geth base, it says, you know, a little hollow vid plays of a Quarian conducting some kind of symphony playing, and then it does like a burst transmission beyond the Perseus Veil. So it gets sent to the Geth that are beyond the Veil where no one's gone before. That's a little bit interesting. You see that the Geth somehow still acknowledge the Quarians, and you'll see that plays a big role in definitely the third game, and I guess you see it a little bit in the second game, but it gets really tied together in the third game. Now, as far as giving the encrypted data to Tali, you may be thinking, well, why would he give it to Tali and not give that other information to the Shadow Broker a couple videos back? Well, the thing is, the Shadow Broker is this entity who owes loyalty to no one, stands to make profit of some kind, and yes, maybe while necessary for people to get information on other people, there's no guarantee that it won't end up anything, someone doesn't give information on you later. And so Shepard's not really okay with that, even though he has the rights of being a Spectre and doing anything he can. And whereas Tali is a crew member, a known entity, basically a teenager who is going through and looking for something to help her people, which I think is somewhat noble and responsible, and I think Shepard feels very strongly to be able to help contribute to not only a crew member's well-being, but to help out people who kind of toyed with technology and ended up biting them in the ass. So I think he feels they don't deserve to always be that way. So we'll see how the Geth and the Quarians play out over the course of the next 2 games. But I just really wanted to show that Shepard cares about his crew, and he's willing to pass on that information to Tali, because for one, she's a crew member, and 2, I mean, that data is encrypted. So, you know, even if it takes a significant period of time for that data to be analyzed or whatever, it could still help in the long run. So, I mean, that, at least that's my justification, and I feel that's the justification for Nathan. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I really look forward to recording the next segment. Thanks.